Hello everybody and welcome to the event review for the upcoming event Idle Heroes. This will be for the week of January the 24th, 2025 and January the 31st, 2025. Yes, that's right, it's a double week event because it's Chinese New Year. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, including last year's event, DH does tend to take long vacation around this time of year. It's apparently quite common in China. So therefore, this is a double week event. There will be two halves to the event. There's the part that goes all the way through, and there's a part that activates only for the second week. So it's a little different from most events, but we will go through it. And as you might imagine, it's also a little more complicated than most events. But again, we will go through it. So let's get started here. This fellow is Wukong. He is the new light hero and the new transcendence hero. For the first time in a couple of years, they are doubling up and making the new hero become transcendent immediately. So that is quite interesting. Apparently EOS was the last time this happened, but it is, as usual for a transcendence event, a summoning event. And you can see here Aspen and Wukong are the heroes you get. And you get 5 train tickets for every loop and one of these Soul Star change items. I can't remember what the name is. I'm not at Soulstar on my own account, so I read about this, I don't play it. But yeah, so that is that. And I gotta say, Aspen's always a great hero. Wukong, I looked at his stat sheet, he looks okay. I'm not super impressed, but we'll see how it plays out. I mean, the thing about the stat sheets they give us as spoilers is that they never include numbers, so numbers can make a big difference to how effective a hero is. So we'll see if he turns out to be good. And yeah, there is, as usual, Palace of Eternity and Palace of Crystal. I always skim right past those in these events because they're not that interesting. If you're watching my videos, you already know how those work. But there is the Journey to the West, which is, for those of you who aren't aware, apparently a famous Chinese folklore story involving a monkey named Wukong. I don't know a lot about it. Honestly, I mostly remember this because Wukong was a character in League of Legends, and I heard a bit of it from that back 10, 12 years ago when I played League of Legends. But yeah, so that's where this is from. So it's a reference to that story, and it doesn't make a huge difference to the gameplay. Obviously, this is just going to be, we go through this. There are Peaches of Immortality that are the main event currency this week, and the short version of those is 25 of those is 10 of the coins, and it's one of those events with the where did it get to? Sorry, there's a log on these guys. It's the floors with different rewards and the discounts on different floors. It's one of those guys. I need to come up with a more succinct way of describing that because that was not a very good description. But yeah, so that's the deal there. And yeah, basically each 25 peaches you get you get to choose one of the scenes and pick your rewards from there. And yeah, I believe you choose the scene. I don't think they're sequential. And every peach you use, you get one of these as well. So peaches you get 50 of them for doing your 2,000 scrolls. You get 20 of them for doing 20 awakens. And to jump ahead, the rest are from relay. There's 230, 3 of them free, 227 you have to pay for, and there's 300 in the value packs. So there's a total of 600 you can get for the event, and 70 of them are available free to play. But yes, so these are the scenes. These all have the same rewards. These are the coins of the week. They're paper cut windows, I think they were called. But these weird looking things are the coins for the week. Sorry for that. And these flames are effectively Zongzi. They do. It's like a Zongzi event. We'll go through that a bit later. And then there's the usual stuff here. There's treasures, gems. Don't take the gems. Festival skins, soul stones. The usual stuff. Prism Starry Gems can be kind of nice because those can be very hard to get as a free-to-play. And that actually makes me wonder if these are sequential. They might well be sequential, actually, looking at this. It doesn't really specify either way, unfortunately. It's a bit annoying in that regard. Yeah, because, I doubt that they would give out a pink or an orange without any other bonuses if it wasn't sequential. So actually, I was probably wrong before. I bet you this is sequential. You have to go through them floor by floor. So I guess you have to go through the gems. Yeah, anyway. There is also, that will use up 300 of your peaches. 25 of them for each floor, times 12 is 300. The other 300 are for the Havoc and Dragon Palace event. And it's basically the same idea. It's 25 peaches per stage, and each stage, again, has 10 of the cut windows and 1 of the flames. Now, the one thing that I have not been able to figure out from the spoilers is what the heck these things are. The first item in each of these stages, I don't know what those do. It's clear that like if you max out all of them, that's when you get this reward for completion, which is nice and all. But it is not clear what these do unless it's supposed to be like it's building up towards this. Maybe that's how it's working. I don't really know. And again, I'm not 100% sure if you can choose which of these you get or if you have to go this guy, then this guy, then this guy. We'll see. But it is worth noting, you can only do a total of 2 stages free to play. You need to spend at least some star gems in order to go any further than that. Soulbound or contract or whatever, but star gems. And so that does mean that you're not even going to get to like the master toolboxes here. You're not going to get to the tier 6 star spawn cores. So you're not getting too far unless you're spending on this event. It is actually, to jump ahead to my assessment, it's a fairly bad week free to play, actually, like surprisingly bad. But anyway, we'll go through that a bit more in a second here. So now we're into the part that is only unlocked in the second week. So this is basically, if you remember last year, we collected the flames over the course of the 2 weeks. And once you get to the second week, you could use the flames to get rewards. So each one here is essentially, this is not a store. Like you don't have to spend 2,400 for this and 100 and 1,000 for this and 1,200 for this. No, it is a tracker. If you get 200, you get this and this. If you get 2,400, you get one of everything. So that is nice. But it does mean that you need, obviously, the marshmallows here. They look like snowballs on the screen, but they are supposed to be marshmallow trades. And these ones are fairly easy to get from the looks of it. It is consume 1 marshmallow to toast and give them to heroes. So you might only need 8 marshmallows for this. And marshmallows are pretty easy to get. We'll go through that in a sec. So this part is probably pretty easy, but you can only get up to 400 free to play. So you can get up to this free to play, but nothing beyond that unless you're spending. So yeah, these are basically how this works. So these are the basic rewards. And then if you buy this pack here, that gets you this in addition. And if you buy this pack here, you get this in addition. So it's not 1, then 2, then 3. It's 1 plus 2 plus 3. So 6 total. You can get up to 400 points basic times 6 is your 2,400. So that's how you get this event maxed out, is you've spent the money on both of these packs. The Chinese spoilers have a lot of prices for this one. They didn't include a ton of them in the English, but that's fine. So we have here things you can do to get your points. So if you do your 2,000 scrolls, that's 40 points. If you do your 20 awakens that you need for the peaches as well, that's another 20 points. That's not going to be your main source. This one is going to be great because this is, remember, this is a 2-week event. You get 14 days. So you do all your dailies, just your basic daily quests, the ones that have been with you since level 1 when you started your account. That's 10 points per day, so 140. That's already a third of what you need. Spending gems on anything is points. Using 2 cores is a point. Using a treasure ticket is a point. So I don't know which treasure series is up for the doubling during this event. I should probably check that, to be honest, but I don't know offhand. So I'm not sure if the treasure one is going to make sense. I'm not sure if guild treasures count either. It may just be the festival treasure tickets that are related to this event. We'll see. But basically, most players ought to be able to get to 400 of these without stretching too hard. If you're engaging with the event, if you've got some cores saved up, if you've got some resources around, this shouldn't be too hard to get to. But it's not trivial either. And yeah, if you are going to spend on these packs, do make sure that you are maxing it out. But if you're the sort of person spending the events, you probably got enough resources to max out, so it should be fine. Now then, as I was saying earlier, this is where you cash in those paper cut windows, and it's the same as we've seen for a while now. I'm not going to go over that in great detail. It's, you know, 5 to 10 of the windows is 1 top reward. The flames I was talking about earlier is being basically Zongzi. If you've been through any of those events, you'll recognize these, and this in particular. So how many of them you get with the triple Zodiac Elixir, we don't know the stats on this. So I won't bore you with all the details. We don't know the stats, but it's probably going to be similar to the other events. We have one of these at Christmas, and you're going to get some nice stuff. You might get to here with some luck if you're free to play or not going too hard. But you're probably not going to get it even to here without spending, and maybe spending a decent amount. And these later levels are very difficult to get to. Now, they've got some nice rewards. I mean, there's an A- stone and an A stone, but in order to get there, you got to go really hard into the event. If it's like any of the other events, this isn't just maxing out the event. Maxing out the event in the usual sense, getting all the cut windows and maxing out the store, will probably get you about 80 or 100. You got to spend, basically for each extra roll you want, that's $4 spent. So you spend an extra $100 on some pack, that's 25 rolls, which is probably about 3 of these for this tracker. So you can see how getting to 150 is very difficult and probably not possible for most people. This is for like not mere whales, like bigger whales, like Unleash the Kraken whales. So don't expect these rewards. They are not for mere mortals. They're not even for certain immortals. But these rewards up here are very doable. So treasures and the bonus to what your bonus rewards are for getting the triples, things like that, doable. There is also, as we've seen so often, the garden party. And these are, as we've seen so often, unlocked by the relay. $30, $80, and $130. So if you spend $130 on the relay, you unlock all of it. And these are the equivalent of about it's 2 top rewards worth of subs or cores and 6 of Destiny materials. Plus you also get 5 copies of Wukong and some cores, some stellar and crystals, like good stuff. It's not bad. And actually it's got the bonus at the end here, so it's a little bit better. But in order to do this, you do need to do your 2,000 scrolls and you need to spend $130. So it's a serious investment in order to get this far. But it's got nice stuff. So again, if you're going to engage with the event as a mid-spender, this is where you want to be. This is the, like, I do a couple events a year. I spend $100, $200 each. If you're that kind of player, this is... But again, every monthly event is like that. So pick your favorite. But it's one of them. It's not bad. Go for it if you like it. It being a new Transcendence Hero event, we've got the Transcendence Fight, which is, as usual, use your Wukong, fight somebody who's got one, get some stuff. There's also, as usual, for a new hero, an Awakening Gala specific to Wukong. You can only unlock Awaken Wukong copies, so that gets you these things. Then there is the New Year's Growth Plan. Now, this one is not entirely, again, I'm saying more often than I like that it's not clear. Most of these events, the spoilers are better than we've seen here. This one has a few question marks that I've not been able to nail down. But basically, you get points for doing your daily quests, mostly. Yeah, it's your daily quests over the 30 days. I think it takes about 25 days worth of daily quests to max out, but you get 30 days to do it. So if you play the game actively, even if you're free to play, this is all going to come to you. At least the basic rewards. These bonus rewards, on the Chinese spoiler, they mark this as $30, $70, and $100. I don't know if that is a separate pack you need to buy or if this is like a Moonlight gift thing where if you spend $100 on anything else, you get this as well. If you have to buy these on their own, don't do it. It's not good value for money. If it's a Moonlight gift thing, then it's a nice throw in. Like you get, I think it's 4.5 million stellar, 1.8 million crystals, and 5,400 contract starry gems. So not worth $100, but it's nice. And that'll help you with going through the event as usual. I think they give you enough food through the course of this to build a Wukong from scratch all the way up. So if you get your 9 copies elsewhere, because this doesn't give copies, if you get your 9 copies from doing your scrolls, doing, the garden party, all that, then you can use that in order to get him all the way up to E5 with the food that's in here. So that's nice. The treasure series is described here, and these seem to be PvP treasures, as you see from what event types it covers. So as usual, the PvP treasures are usually the less valuable ones unless you are like top player, but free stats are free stats. Now, one specific thing I did want to note on this that is not normal is normally for big events forever, it's been every $6 you spend, you get a treasure ticket. That does not seem to be the case this time. They're giving away a lot more base treasure tickets from things than they normally do, but there does not seem to be that extra treasure ticket for spending $6. Now, maybe they'll sneak it in, but it wasn't mentioned in the Chinese spoiler or the English. So there's a good chance that that has been taken away and they're just giving out more base tickets instead, built into things like the relay, like the value packs. If that's the case, it's probably about a wash. Looking at the numbers, it seems to be about equal, but you have to go through and see. If you've got your soul stones, then feel free to buy these hero copies. Most of them aren't that good at heroes. I mean, Betty and Alamac are good. Elena's not bad. The other three are pretty weak. So yeah, then there's the relay package. These things are the peaches. These are the flames, and obviously the train tickets. So as usual, it is a $400 relay. But there is, obviously, on the good side, there's this freebie at the top. Take that. But on the, not downside, but the more interesting side, when you get to the bottom, this is the $400 level. Then there's this guy. And judging by the Chinese, it seems like you can probably buy this up to 6 times. So each one is $100. And for that $100, you get 2,500 Prism Story Gems and 50 train tickets, which is an interesting offer. I mean, it's the sort of person who's already spent $400 in relay and is like, yes, I would like to spend $600 more. Plus, you're also spending probably $450 to max out the value packs you could max at the event. You've already spent $850. And if you look at this and you're like, yes, I would like to spend another $600, please, then finding places to spend that money isn't always easy. And this is frankly not bad. It's a lot better than any of the weekly or monthly packs you're going to buy when you're at that stage of the game. But it is not, again, this is not for most people. This is, let's see if the whales want to spend a little more, which, you know, hey, it's a business. They do these sorts of things, so it's fine. Yeah, there's the free skin for Wukong, and these are the packs you use to unlock the extra marshmallows. Let me double check the prices when we go over to the Chinese, but we're almost done with the English. And these are the value packs. So normally you get twice as much the event currency as you get at tickets. They doubled the number of tickets in these packs. So that part is nice. You do get more tickets. And like I was saying, this is why I think they probably took away the ticket per $6, because they've added more tickets and things like this. They have added a lot more into the relay. Like you see here for each of these $100 packs, you get 60, 40, 30. Like there's a lot more tickets in here than we've seen in past. So let's flip over quickly to the Chinese, and I'm going to get to work real quick. So I'm going to be very quick about this. Yeah, mostly just looking at the prices because there isn't a lot of other things here that we haven't already discussed. You also, the one thing I didn't discuss before is the peaches, not the peaches, I'm sorry, the flames. You can get the flames for gems. 500 gems per gets you up to 50, so 25,000 total. You get one for every $4 you spent. You get 3 per day for free, and then there's the ones built into the other things. And yeah, the prices are not there. These are, yeah. This is where I was saying this works up to $30, $70, and $100. So I hope these are Moonlight, but it doesn't actually specify. And as usual, the links to all these spoilers will be in the description if you want to go into this in more detail. I'm sorry, I'm running late, so I do have to wrap this up real quick. And where are the prices? Yes. So this is then $20, $20, and I think 70. So 90 total for this. And that will get you the extra marshmallows. So these are not bad value for money. They're actually pretty decent. If you're going to max out the marshmallows, if you've got the cores saved up or the train tickets saved up that you're going to use, these are not bad value. You can also do these separately from the other things, and like you don't need to use scrolls in order to do this. Now, admittedly, scrolls are part of how you get the marshmallows, so you don't want to push it too badly, but if you've got the ability to get your marshmallows other ways, then you can afford to not do scrolls and still cash that in and still get decent rewards out of the marshmallow tracker. So that's that. I am going to very quickly run through the stats here for where you get things. Peaches, as I say, there's 600 to max it all out. You get 50 from your scrolls, 20 from awakenings, 230 from the relay, 300 from value packs. The flames, the Zongzi equivalent, 42 from your dailies, 84 in the relay, 50 with gems. You get 1 per $4, and you get 2 dozen from using your peaches if you max out the event. That gets you, if you max out the base event, so you spend your $850, that gets you a total of 412. Train tickets, you get 20 from your scrolls, 15 from the journey, and 15 from the dragon fight. You can get up to 41 if you max out the marshmallow tracker, 246 in the relay, plus another 300 if you spend that extra $600 on it. As usual, I always forget to jack up the font size so that people can see this if they're on mobile or whatever. And there's a total of 300 in the value packs. But as I said, there is not the one per $6 spent like there has usually been. So again, you max out the event, 637 train tickets, which is also very comparable to what it's been in the past. So they do look like they've taken away that train ticket for every $6, but there's a lot more base train tickets. So I think that's kind of cool. Anyway, I got to wrap it up there and get my butt into the office, and I will talk to you again next, probably not next week. I may do something next week. I don't want to promise it, but I'll definitely be back in 2 weeks when we get on to a new event. Until then, have a good time, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.